Morning all, I've just woken up to the BBC news alert that the new state pension has been set based on the triple lock. And that's because this morning the news for wage inflation is finally out. So the new state pension from the 1st of April 2025 will rise by £460 per year. To the BBC news that was out this morning. So let's quickly have a look at that article. So if I switch across to my tablet here, some interesting news articles actually here. So we've got the state pension set to rise by £460 a year. We got here that pensioners are commenting that the winter fuel cut was unbelievably cruel. We got a pensioner here who accidentally paid £2,700 for Oasis tickets. Here on a skydiving pensioner. So lots of pension news out this morning. So let's have a look at this one, which is the breaking news this morning. So the new full state pension is set to rise by £460 a year from April following the release of the official wage data. Total paid to May to July period rose an annual rate of 4% according to the ONS. And under the triple lock, that means the pension will go up by either 2.5% inflation or average earnings, whichever is the higher, which takes us to £460 from April. I don't know whether you think that's good news or not. I mean, it won't fully offset the loss of the winter fuel allowance, will it? At all, really, given where we are in inflation. It was interesting that on the poll that I did on the channel, I think it was 86%, it's either 84 or 86% of people agreed that people who earn over £100,000 shouldn't get the winter fuel allowance. No, actually it was 88%, I remember now. 88% of people said that people shouldn't get the winter fuel allowance. So I think that means that 88% of people agree that we shouldn't pay everyone the winter fuel allowance. I think where the disagreement comes in, at what level should the winter fuel allowance kick in of earnings? And the most popular vote on the poll was, I think 40% of people said that people who earn less than £25,000 a year from their private pension should be entitled. And then, people above that shouldn't be entitled to it. Difficult to do that because means testing is an extremely expensive thing to do. And if you're on, £24,000, collecting all that evidence, putting it together in a form, the form apparently is a couple of 240 questions long, I think, for this. Plus all the administrative, we'd be putting millions more people into means testing. The admin costs of that and the burden of that to the state would be absolutely enormous, just in terms of the extra staffing that it would need as well. It might offset quite a lot of the additional tax that the government would be attempting to save by making changes to the winter fuel allowance as it was. So very difficult subject this. It does feel to me that the government are going for an all or nothing approach because we already have means testing for the pension credit. That means that effectively, if you get pension credit, then you're entitled to the winter fuel allowance. If you don't, you're not. And that's, for me, feels like it's very much a case of reducing the administrative burden and the costs, more importantly, the costs associated with processing all them claims. So I'd love to know what you think. Now, I know a lot of you have told me what you think in the questionnaire on the site, but any observations on whether this 460, whether you think that is going to be, a good amount to offset the loss of the winter fuel allowance from April. I know it comes much later than when we need it as well, isn't it? Because the winter is December, January, and February, and this is going to arrive in April. So interesting timing as well, given the union's pressure on Labour, and also the vote coming up. And Reeves has made an announcement this morning that, you know, she really doesn't want any Labour MPs revolting against the vote. But I think the latest thing is people won't be voting against this if you're a Labour MP. I think they'll be abstaining, and the abstention is really where the rebellion is coming in, rather than the voting against, because I think a voting against will just lose you your seat immediately. Anyway, thanks for listening to the channel. If you find these quick updates in the morning when some news is released useful, then give us a like. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
We must be deluded.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, probably, yeah. All the comments are welcome.
Yeah, we have real good fun reading through the comments. So yeah, please keep them coming. And don't forget, what was the percentage? 94.6% of you lot haven't subscribed. Subscribe. Thanks everyone. See you on the next one.